All right, let's jump right into this explainer, mapping out the entire Claude 2026 ecosystem. Today, we're unpacking exactly how to take AI from being just a basic chatbot you throw questions at to a fully delegated digital workforce. And honestly, this isn't just about learning where to click. It's about fundamentally rewiring how you manage your day-to-day work using tools that have literally reshaped the landscape. To get us smoothly from high-level theory down to the concrete tools you'll use every single day, we've broken this roadmap down into 6 parts. We're going to hit the mindset shift, map out the Claude ecosystem, look at MCP as the nervous system, dive into skills and repeatable memory, check out the smart workspace, and finally, lay out your 21-day path. So let's start right at the top. Section 1, the mindset shift. Before we even think about touching the tech, we have to ask ourselves this golden question from the source material. If I sat a super smart but totally inexperienced intern at my desk, gave them clear instructions and access to my tools, could they do this task? If you're nodding yes, well, Claude can probably handle it too. And hey, Claude doesn't need a coffee break. The real magic here is no longer about writing the perfect prompt. It's about how well you delegate. You literally have to give the agent a computer to work with. This completely redefines our relationship with AI, and you can see it across 3 distinct generations. Back in Gen 1, it was all about search, right? You ask a question, get a link, and you do the work yourself. Gen 2 brought us chat. You ask a question, get an answer, and you still do the work, just a bit faster. But Gen 3? Welcome to the agent era. Now, you describe the result you want and the machine actually executes the work. It creates the files, it uses the tools, it navigates the steps all on its own. We're moving away from prompting and moving towards delegating outcomes. You aren't the operator anymore, you're the manager. Okay, let's roll into Section 2, the Claude ecosystem map. Because if we're managing outcomes now, we need to know what this factory actually looks like so we don't get lost. Notice how this ecosystem breaks down into 4 structural layers. You've got the Claude AI app for general users, Claude Code for software engineers, the Agent SDK for product builders, and the underlying API. But here's the kicker. This isn't some hierarchy where one is inherently better than the other. No, they are all just different doors into the exact same core agent engine, meaning the skills you pick up in one layer transfer almost perfectly to the rest. Pretty cool, right? But what makes this whole setup truly revolutionary, the stuff that binds all these layers together and connects them to the outside world, are 2 universal glues. We're talking about the Model Context Protocol, or MCP, and skills. Let's zoom in on that first glue in Section 3, MCP, the nervous system. If the Claude model itself is the brain, MCP is what gives that brain hands and eyes. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, and you can think of it as the USB-C cable for AI. It's an open standard. Before this, getting AI to talk to another service meant custom, heavy-lifting engineering for every single tool. Now, MCP is a standardized connection that lets Claude securely plug right into external apps, right out of the box. So what does that actually mean for us? It means you can give Claude the green light to connect straight to your working environment. The possibilities here are massive. Picture this. You tell Claude to scan your open Jira tickets, spot the ones that have been stuck for 3 days, write up a quick summary, and automatically ping that update to your team's Slack channel. Just like that, Claude becomes a full-scale workflow automation platform, weaving remote and local servers together effortlessly. Now, on to Section 4, skills, the repeatable memory. While MCP tells Claude what to connect to, skills tell Claude how to do the work exactly the way you like it. Think of a skill as an onboarding manual for one specific task. It's a single recipe. You teach Claude how to format a particular invoice or draft a legal review just one time, and it remembers exactly how to pull it off next time without clogging up its ongoing memory. On the flip side, a plugin is the entire cookbook. It's a packaged toolkit filled with multiple skills and MCP connectors built to take over a complete professional role, like dropping a fully equipped digital HR rep or financial analyst right into your workflow. When you piece all this together, you get what we call the golden math. Look at this setup. You combine a designated project workspace to hold your permanent context, add a specific skill set defining the methodology, and snap in MCP for external tool access. The result is just magical. You don't just have a chatbot anymore. You have a highly specialized, dedicated digital colleague sitting right beside you. All right, let's shift gears to Section 5, the Smart Workspace. This is where the rubber meets the road for those of us interacting with these tools daily through the web app and the CowWorks desktop app. This workspace gives us incredible tools designed to stop what researchers call context rot. You know, when an AI gets completely lost because you fed it way too much scattered info. First up, artifacts. These spin up interactive, reusable mini apps and docs. Then you've got projects, which act like soundproof walls so your client data stays strictly separated. Memory keeps things personalized across all your chats. And deep research? Oh man, that is a total game changer. It deploys an entire team of parallel subagents to crank through massive investigations, literally doing the work simultaneously and cutting research time by up to 90%. And if you push these tools to their absolute limit, you unlock the ultimate setup. Imagine combining a live artifact, a dashboard constantly pulsing with fresh data, with a scheduled routine in the Cow app, all fed by MCP data streams. You've just built an always-awake assistant. It can literally prep your morning briefing, scout competitor prices, and summarize your unread Slack messages while you're fast asleep, handing you a neat little package the second you wake up. Which brings us home to Section 6, your 21-day path. Because understanding all this cool architecture is great, but how do we actually make it work in the real world? Looking at this 21-day calendar from the source material, the secret weapon here is pacing, not intensity. Whether you're an absolute beginner or a hardcore developer, the golden rule is that consistency matters way more than speed. You don't have to conquer the whole ecosystem in one weekend. It's all about taking one practical, bite-sized step every single day. By moving through these 3 phases, you completely transform your workflows. Week 1 is all about familiarity. Just getting comfortable with chats, spinning up your first artifact, and building some isolated projects. Week 2 dials it up with automation. That's when you plug in those MCP tools like Google Drive and start crafting your repeatable skills. And finally, week 3 is value creation. This is the payoff. You establish fully autonomous routines, generate real external value, and actually start cashing in on the time you've saved. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with the absolute core philosophy of this entire ecosystem. You no longer direct the tool. You define the outcome and supervise it. The whole paradigm has flipped. So I'll leave you with this. Knowing what this ecosystem is capable of today, what tedious, multi-step outcome are you going to delegate to your new digital workforce tomorrow?